Hello everyone and good day to you. I hope that you are doing awesome. This is Roger, of course, with Groovis Games Unlimited, and it is so nice to be back with you for this update. I think you're absolutely going to love this update because I have been really looking forward to this particular one. So let us get into this. But first, there's some new subscribers to the channel. Thank you so much. It is great to have you here. Everyone is welcome in the House of the Crusade, right? Welcome to Avalon. So it's very nice that you're here. And again, I hope everyone's just doing great, staying safe, enjoying any games you may be playing. So it's I love these update videos because, I don't script anything. I just speak from the heart. Try to be quick, but I'm excited about this one. So let's get going here. This is actually kind of a new screen here, or new poster, promo poster, and this is going to be used for some upcoming promotion because, as you know, we're moving into production. I am very happy to be saying that. And so I did some graphic design with this, and of course the very awesome Freddie Lopez, he painted all the heroes you see, incredible. And then I do these graphic design posters, and I think this looks really awesome. So I hope you like that. This video is over. We'll go to the splash screen, and I'm very excited for this. I think you're going to love this. This is about the combat systems in Dungeon Crusade, and we're going to get into all this, so don't worry. But I've been excited to share this video with you, and it's, when I thought about this a few weeks ago, I don't know of another dungeon crawl game that offers two different combat systems. That kind of just hit me. And I know a lot of people have been enjoying this revised combat. There's the classic combat. We're going to get into all this because I did this graphic design for a reason, to try to explain this to you. But first, I want to touch base with you guys on this. It's about the solo Crusader game mode. And I always want to say this because there's still people that think that this solo Crusader is actually a separate game, and it's not. You don't have to get anything. It's a free download, of course. We just released the rule set for this, which is going to be in the revised rulebook, which we're going to be looking at. And I just always want to make sure that you guys know the solo Crusader mode is built into Dungeon Crusade. So if you have Dungeon Crusade already, you can just download that rule set and the mini board of the mercenary camp, and you can just start playing. Everything is in the game that you need. There's no other game. So I just want to make sure I clarify that. And of course, if you get in the Pledge Manager, link in the description for the Pledge Manager, there is the Crusader upgrade kit. You will get your revised rulebook, and like I said, there is a section for the solo Crusader rule set, which, that's been out for a while now. And you'll get a mercenary camp. So you'll get that. And of course, in the new editions, excuse me, that will be in there. So I just want to let you know there's no separate game. Solo Crusader mode is built into Dungeon Crusade. Okay, so in saying that, let's get onto this video. And we're going to go over, I'll even tell you yet. Well, you already know what it's about, but I finished the graphic design for the combat section of the revised rulebook. I worked with the very fabulous and brilliant and awesome Ilpo. We hammered out, everything for the different combat systems, and I think you're going to love this. I did all the graphic design. Took me a little longer, but I know a lot of people are looking forward to this, so it was well worth putting the extra time and effort into this, and I think you're really going to enjoy how nice this section came out. So we're going to look at all that tonight, whenever you're looking at this. So this is what I wanted to explain to you, and I just thought, I think most of you guys know me, I see this stuff in my head, and I thought this was a great way to explain this to you, of like how this is in Dungeon Crusade. First of all, like I said, I've been going like a mile a minute, when I stop to think about this, and guys, please let me know if there is another game like this, because I'd like to check it out. But there's actually two different combat systems in Dungeon Crusade. There is the classic combat system, which is, that's the original one that came with the game, or the initially first combat system. But then, as you know, we have a revised combat system. So I don't know, I just popped in my head to create like Sir Brennis over here, this red side and the blue side. So let's go over, before we go over this, let's go over this green section. Notice how this overlaps to the red and green side for the classic, combat, and revised. Okay, well, there's the evolved minions. And check, I put another link in the description for you if you don't know what evolved minions is. This has been out for a while. Everyone loves it, and it really fits Dungeon Crusade. As you know, there's minions, champions, and guardians in Dungeon Crusade. So the evolved minions is just an awesome combat system on how you fight the minions. This right here, there was a lot of different notes that I posted in the quick reference guide. This right here, the evolved minions combat system, cut down the game time dramatically. It's a lot quicker. Combat now is 10 to 15 seconds. As you may know, there's a final strike die roll, a critical strike, and the minions kind of have this AI where you don't know which one of the 3 warfare values that they're versed in that they're going to select for combat, and it fits Dungeon Crusade so perfectly. So excuse me. So why I put this here, notice it overlaps the classic, combat, and revised. The evolved minions, it's not going to be called that in the revised rulebook, it's just combat with minions, is used in both systems. Okay, so whatever system you choose to play with, new players, I would recommend revised combat, and people that want a quicker, faster game. So once we're going to go over all this, you probably already know how to use the evolved minions. Both of these systems use that, which is really nice, and it's just so much fun in the game. You know, you could literally load up the dungeon with 12, 13 minions, and it runs very smoothly. And that's what we were trying to do for people, you know, besides giving this new revised rulebook that's quick, to the point, and not verbose. Cut down some of the game time, fast combat, or, you know, if you want a more in-depth, challenging experience. So just know that's why this kind of overlaps to both of these. Evolved minions is used in both of these systems, okay? In saying that, classic combat, you can select this, and we're going to go over the pages here in a second. I'm very excited to share these with you. Classic combat, you can select this. I would use this only after you're acclimated to the game. Classic combat, it's more challenging, it's way more tactical, it's more in-depth, and it's a longer game time. And there are some people that will want that, and that's cool that we have that in the game for you. So if you want something, and I won't get into this here, I did some demos in that solo Crusader playthrough and in the other video series where I teach you how to play the Avalon Adventure board game in Dungeon Crusade. But this is where you have a hero, and you have to select weapons, when to, like what phase to attack, and rallying heroes is very crucial in this. So it's nice to have this challenging, in-depth combat system. But as you know, we wanted to have even a faster combat system for you. Something like here, the revised combat, more faster paced, more action oriented, quicker game time. That is your revised combat system. It uses, you know, some of the fundamentals of the classic combat system, but strips a lot of the other stuff away to offer just real quick and snappy gameplay. And I think there's a ton of people that are going to be playing Dungeon Crusade, and they're already playing it with this system. But we're going to take a look at the rulebook, and you're going to see how nicely that I laid this out, the graphic design. But I just wanted to say, before we go on to that, it's just so nice, and it's just, you pretty much know how much is in Dungeon Crusade already with all the different options you can tweak and the unique scenario system. Well, this is just yet another layer where players can select what combat system they want to use. And just again, remember that you can, you know, evolved minions combat, when you fight minions, you're going to use that with either combat system. And we're about to go in to take a look at the few pages for the combat systems. But before we go there, just think of it like this. You're always going to use evolved minions, right? Like I said, for each combat system. When you use either the classic or revised, you're going to be combating the champion monsters and the guardian monsters for each one. Okay, so we'll just leave it at that, and let's go over here and look at the one page. Like, this is only going to be 3 pages long, but like backs on, like the other side will be on that, but it's only going to be 3 pages. Again, I worked with Ilpo, just a fantastic guy, very just brilliant, and a few other people, but we nailed this down so it's very quick, to the point, and not verbose at all. So ignore this right here. This is just something that comes into the combat right here. This starts off the combat system, and a unique feature in Dungeon Crusade is a player can select between the 2 different combat systems in the game. There is the classic combat system and the newly revised combat system. And I put in here, it is recommended to use the revised combat system for learning the game and playing the game thereafter. Classic combat system offers a more in-depth and challenging combat experience, like we just discussed. Whichever combat system a player selects, these systems handle combat with minions in the same way. And that's where we just go in and talk about the evolved minions and consider what minions are. So this was really taken right from the quick reference guide. We had to change some graphic design, but everything fit really nice now. You can see how nice it's formatted. So we're going to go over picture. If you flip the page, and the next page is on the back of this, and guys, like I said, it's only 3 pages now. So this continues here. We'll zoom in. If you've looked at this already in the quick reference guide, then you're going to know what's going on. I did do a few things different with the graphic design, but everything is still there. Modified just a few things. So right here, this discuss combat with minions, and notice I put a lot of nice graphic design diagrams so you can easily understand this. I'm critical on that. I always want to be there for you guys and do nice diagrams to show you. But you can see now, combat is only but a few lines, very easy to understand diagrams to help you along. Then we go back over here to the top. It tells you how to process the warfare roll, final strike, and then if a minion is attacking a hero. So that, it's kind of like just one page right there. So we're going to go on to the next page, and this finishes up evolved minions, like right here, critical strike. And notice it's not very long at all. And again, nice diagrams to help you along. So then after you learn about evolved minions, since you know that, we go into classic combat system. This is the more in-depth one if you want a longer game and more tactical gameplay. And we describe about dungeon combat and chamber combat. Okay, so there's classic combat. As I said, you can see this is very quick and to the point and not verbose at all. So coming over here to the next page, start of a combat round. Again, nice diagrams to help you along here. And coming down here, and then over here about like assigning heroes to defend, roll the dice. There's all your warfare, the 6 warfare with the colored dice, so that you can associate that. And then really there's only one more page. And so we'll go over here now and zoom in a little bit. So right here, this ends the classic combat, and it goes into revised. The revised is super easy. So here's the revised combat here, nicely laid out. And I did some graphic design to point everything out for you here. Right here, in case of chamber combat, a hero or heroes may do one or all of the following as a free action before combat. Activate a special ability, drink a potion, switch, equip gear, weapon, armor, etc. So that's all laid out for you. And so as you can see though, with revised combat, we're gonna go to the last page here. It's not very long, just a couple lines, and this is again what I would recommend for people to start off playing, but you may want to just keep using this. then adding bonus to the dice results. It's very well laid out. And finally, we'll look at this last page. And when you're fighting a guardian with the revised combat, and I went heavy on the graphic design here for you guys. So look at everything's just laid out, just a couple lines to make sure you get it. And I hope you like it. I'm really happy how this came out. And guys, that's about it here. End of combat. Oh, and then we go into, well, page 15, scalable difficulty reference card. We'll touch on this real quick because this was important. You know that your heroes can go up to level 3. They start out at level 1, of course. And the scalable difficulty reference card, what's nice is, and this is available for free download too, but it'll be in your Crusader upgrade kit and of course in all the new editions, that when your hero or heroes encounter any of the traps in the dungeon, a trapped treasure chest, an event or challenge in the encounter deck, you can now deduct 6 from the printed value on the card for your level 1 hero. And when your heroes are level 2 and you run into one of those 4 things, you can deduct 3 from the value printed on the card. And if they're level 3, you just use the value printed on the card. This was a small thing, but made the experience so much better. It's just a better experience because, you know, it's not as hard for your level 1 and level 2 heroes. Like I said, guys, this game has truly been perfected and honed, and I'm just excited that we're going into production and getting it out, you know, get the Crusader upgrade kits out to people. But a lot of that stuff is free for you. So here you go. This is what I wanted to share with you. The combat system, or section rather, is all finished for the revised rulebook, and there's not much left to do. This was definitely the long part of it. It takes a while to do the graphic design and, you know, hammer out everything, but man, I am so happy this is done, and I hope you like how it looks. 3 pages, and everything's laid out nicely. And I think we'll just close out with that. So just again, like I said, just to hammer this home, I'm just happy for you guys. That's what it is. That because if you already know all of these different options in the game, how you can, you know, there's the 3 different difficulty of monsters in the game: normal, expert, heroic. The unique scenario system where you can tweak just about every option in the game, and this is a big one right here. Well, then yes, solo Crusader mode. You could choose to play solo Crusader now, or you could play the classic way with multiple heroes. So that's, of course, that's new to the game. And of course now with 2 different combat systems. And again, I'm not being glowy about it or anything like that, but I'm just trying to think when it really hit me, like, wait a minute, this is actually, if you know Dungeon Crusade, this actually fits this game perfectly. 2 different combat systems where, you know, if you know one, you're going to know the other. Definitely the revised one. And now a player can select what they want. And of course, the evolved minions combat or combat with minions is used in both ones. I'm incredibly happy, guys. And I love you guys and just thank you for your support. And we are getting this done. And hopefully that wasn't too long of a video, but I'm just very excited for you. We're going into production in April, but I just wanted to let you know that this right here did take a little while to get that section done, you know, get the graphic design done and the different sections for the combat. But I took my time, we took our time, and it came out awesome. So all that's left to do for the revised rulebook is, I'm going to try to knock this out this week. We're putting a nice intro to the revised rulebook, like a greeting. I want to thank a lot of YouTubers, DJ from the Dungeon Dive and Derek from Kanjay Plays, and just a bunch of them for all of their help and support with the game. All right, guys, I am going to check out, and I will be back actually with another update video later in the week for you because I want you to see some other stuff, okay? I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you again. Love you guys. I hope you have a great day, and I will be talking to you very soon. Bye-bye.